There have been a number of issues that have affected supply chain in recent years. You think about COVID, you think about avian influenza, inflation and tariffs, and the impact of those is what we really think about. The productivity, the labor shortages, the lead production times. It's really had a severe impact on the industry. It's causing many businesses to have to rethink supply chain.
If you think about what's caused that, well, certainly COVID caused supply chains to sort of grind to a halt. In addition, the sort of rebound from all of that was tremendous inflation that we experienced, and all of us have felt that in our wallets and pocketbooks.
Inflation impacts our members by driving up costs, and we're seeing high prices and inflation still here today with tariffs and market volatility. And often our members are faced with either we can take our prices up and possibly experience some backlash from our customers, or we can absorb these price increases and erode our margin.
We're really looking at availability of product, how long it takes to get those products, at what price are you going to get those products. And Foodbuy comes in to support all of those issues and find solutions that are going to make sure you have the products available, make sure they're at competitive costs.
And I think Foodbuy has been able to show over the last few years our nimbleness and ability to adapt to not only meet customer needs, but ensure that they truly are getting the products that they ordered delivered to their door.
Foodbuy was founded in 1999. It's a group purchasing organization, and we support our parent company, which is Compass Group. In addition to that, we support members in a number of industries. That includes healthcare, education, hospitality, gaming, and the restaurant channel. Because of our size and scale, we're able to provide quite a bit of value. First of all, we have 3,500 contracts with our suppliers and distribution partners, and allows them to benefit in the growth that we can provide, but they're also willing to provide really strong economic deals that we can share that benefit with our members. Our business model is one of flexibility and transparency. Our members, if they're currently working with a certain distribution partner, will allow that deal to stay in place while we'll give you access to our own manufacturer or supplier deals, and that we're fairly unique there. Most of our competitors tend to do the opposite. We give you all that flexibility to stick with your core business, but you can take advantage of the strength and purchasing power we have, especially in smaller markets where others just wouldn't because they just don't have that size and scale.
There's a national French fry shortage a couple of years ago, and I think it shows a really good example of how all the parties come together was a really complex situation. So it was a large, multi-unit hospitality customer, and the problem really relied on 3 SKUs that they use in all of their operations. And so when we found out about this shortage and that it was coming on, we had to work across all of our distributors to ensure that we were looking and tracking what each of those SKUs were doing. We reacted really fast. We were advancing our ordering and trying to order ahead of time to protect supply. And we were also in the background reviewing product alternatives that made sure that we did not disrupt the operator, but also provided a good quality product so that customer or guest experience was not tarnished. So the team is working to relieve these pressures during these economic times. Because they have such knowledge within their specific product or service portfolio, they understand the supply chains to get that product or service delivered to our members. They already know so much about the industry that they are working to mitigate some of those steps before they even happen. As soon as we're hearing about some things on the news, our category managers are proactively reaching out to our suppliers to say, what are you doing about this? How are you going to protect us? Is there something that we may need to be buying tomorrow that we don't buy today that's easier for you and won't make you have to pass on so much cost pressure or cost increases to us?
We're looking at ways we can bring our culinary solutions to the table, to look at the way menus are developed, to look at ingredients, to rationalize SKUs, and to think about how competitive their pricing might be on their menus, looking at adjusting those to achieve greater margin.
I think the way that we interact with our customers is truly a competitive advantage for us. It's incredibly important that every single one of our customers sees that they have 700 people working behind the scenes to make them successful. Foodbuy's people-first values really are a guiding principle in everything we do. At the root of it, Foodbuy is a people company, and it requires the really smart people to bring those results forward, whether we're talking about inclusion, transparency as it relates to how we show our value to our members. Each of those FIRST values really guide who we are and what we do.
FIRST actually stands for many things. The F in FIRST is about flexibility. The I is about inclusion. R is about results, because let's face it, that's what we're all looking for. S stands for sustainability, and T is transparency. And so our ability to foster and generate a culture that rewards our people and gives them a value system that they respect, I think is one of the understated elements of our success. I really think of Foodbuy in many ways as a data company. Data is critical in how we manage the supply chain. More and more, our members and partners need to understand everything about the recipes, menus, and products that they put together. And we are able to track and manage that for you.
I was talking to a prospect recently who said, "Oh, I do optimizations once a year." And when I was able to show him what we can do and empower and give him real-time access to the data, he said, "This is exactly the type of support I need to be more successful." And that's what they get in partnering with Foodbuy, real-time dynamic data to help them make the right procurement decisions. Reliability in the supply chain is not about software reacting to the problem. It's about our people working together and anticipating the problem. I can think of a great example recently when two members of my team broke the mold of how we typically look at order guides and said, we're gonna make a custom guide for this member. And within just 1 month, we're able to increase the contract value by 70%. I've been on the Foodbuy team now for just over 5 years and have been able to witness the evolution that we've made, especially during the recent difficult times. The world's gonna give us challenges, but what Foodbuy's committed to doing is adapting.
Our supplier partners value those GPOs that are growing. And when we grow, they're ready to help us manage net costs, help us fight off inflation, and prioritize availability of products to our members. And so as we move forward, we're really consistently focusing on growth and offset the challenges that have arisen over the last 3 to 4 years within the supply chain.
We're a team of 700 people that's going to work right behind you to solve all your problems. I think if a customer is trying to decide whether or not they should partner with Foodbuy, the real opportunity is partnering with a company that really values its people and its processes, but most of all, values your results.